right, welcome back to Chop Talk Chiefs, breaking down film today on potential trade candidate Jaelan Phillips from the Miami Dolphins. Jaelan was selected 18th overall in the 2021 NFL Draft. He scored a 9.87 relative athletic score out of 10. This ranked 19th out of 1,371 defensive ends from 1987 until 2021. Definitely the prototypical Steve Spagnuolo defensive end, standing at 6'5.5", 260 pounds, 4.5 speed with 33 and 1/4 inch arms. Today, breaking down a few plays from the Miami Dolphins' most recent matchup against the Browns that really highlight the value that he could add to this Chiefs defense. If you enjoy the content, don't forget to like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into the film. The first play we're breaking down is from the fourth quarter with 4 minutes and 31 seconds, a 3rd and 7 on the Miami 37-yard line. The Browns are going to run a double slant concept to the bottom of the screen and a slant flat concept to the top of the screen, which is good both man and zone coverage. Now, from a defensive perspective, the eyes of these 5 defenders is on the receiver that's in front of them, which shows the quarterback pre-snap that they're in man-to-man coverage. This safety will rob the middle, and this safety will rotate to the middle third. Now, Jaelan Phillips is lined up right here, and these 4 defenders are going to rush the quarterback. But watch what the offensive line does here. Let's go ahead and roll it. So as you can see, within a matter of 2.5 seconds, Jaelan Phillips, he gets to the quarterback and gets a sack. Let's watch it from a different angle. So the offensive line is going to slide protect to their left, the right of the screen. The center goes here, guard goes here, and the tackle goes here. Then why are they putting most of their attention to that side? It's because Bradley Chubb is lined up here. He's coming off an 11-sack season last year. And Zach Sealer is here coming off a 10-sack season last year, which allows Jaelan Phillips to get a one-on-one and the defensive tackle on the left side to get a one-on-one. Let's go ahead and roll it. So as you can see, he gets off the ball very quickly. He pins the inside arm of the tackle to his chest. Now the tackle's off balance, and within a matter of 3 seconds, he gets to the quarterback and gets his 2nd sack of the season. Really good job there by Jaelan Phillips. The second play we're breaking down took place in the second quarter with 3 minutes and 15 seconds. It's a 3rd and 12 on the Cleveland 8-yard line. The Browns are going to motion the number 1 receiver in. He's going to work towards the flat. The number 2 is going to run the deep corner route. At the bottom of the screen, the number 1 is going to run the deep over route, and the tight end is going to chip Jaelan Phillips here and sit down about 3 yards down the field. Now, from a defensive perspective, they're in a cover 2 zone. These 4 defenders are going to rush the quarterback, and this linebacker who's here is going to run the stunt, looping around to the quarterback's outside. This is very common in today's NFL. Even though this tackle has help on the outside with this tight end, and he's leveraged to the inside on Jaelan Phillips, watch how Phillips still wins. So within a matter of seconds, he pushes the tackle back into the lap of the quarterback, and the Dolphins get the sack here. Let's go ahead and watch it from a different angle. So as you can see, this linebacker, he's mugging the gap, and these 4 defenders are crashing inwards towards the quarterback. Now, this tight end is helping chip to the outside on Jaelan Phillips, and this tackle who's in yellow, he has inside leverage, so he shouldn't lose. But this just goes to show how great of an athlete Jaelan Phillips really is. He does a really good job here of converting speed to power, and he gets immense pressure on the tackle's inside shoulder. Look at that. The tackle's holding, flags everywhere, and they get the sack. Good job there. The third play we're breaking down is from the first quarter with 2 minutes and 24 seconds, a 3rd and 5 on the Miami 12-yard line. Now, the offense is going to motion in the number 1 receiver to create a stack formation, which creates confusion for the defense. The number 2 is going to run the deep curl route with the running back on the wheel out of the backfield. At the top of the screen, the number 1 is going to run the whip, and the number 2 is going to run the deep out route. Now, defensively, they're running straight man-to-man defense, with the safety splitting the end zone in half. Now, Jaelan Phillips is lined up here, and the defense is going to rush all 4 to the quarterback. Let's go ahead and roll it. So you can see the pressure coming around the outside. The running back is wide open out of the backfield right here, but the quarterback misses him. Let's go ahead and watch it from a different angle. So offensively, what they're going to do is they're going to slide protect to the left of the screen to the offensive line's right. Jaelan Phillips is lined up here in green on the outside. This defensive tackle who's in green is going to be double teamed by the center and the guard, and Jaelan Phillips gets a one-on-one. This defensive tackle gets a one-on-one, and so does Chubb around the edge. Let's go ahead and watch it. Phillips does a really good job here of timing the snap. Pressure comes around the outside. Does a really good job of bending there, dipping that shoulder, using speed to get around the corner, and the quarterback's on the ground. Could you imagine this type of talent next to Chris Jones, George Karlaftis, and the Chiefs' defensive line? The last play we're looking at took place in the second quarter with 9 minutes and 54 seconds, a 3rd and 11 on the Miami 47-yard line. At the top of the screen, the Browns are going to run a dagger concept. The number 1 is going to run a deep end route, and the number 2 is going to run a vertical route. The tight end is going to chip the defensive end and work towards the flat. At the bottom of the screen, the number 1 is going to run a deep out route, and the running back is going to chip the defensive end and work towards the flat here. Now, from a defensive perspective, they're going to rush 4 defenders, and they're running quarters at the top of the screen. This is a split full coverage, and then cover 2 at the bottom of the screen. Now, normally, Jaelan Phillips is lined up as a defensive end, either here or here. But on this particular case, they have him lined up on the inside. He's matched up one-on-one with Pro Bowl left guard Joel Bonito. Let's see what happens. So you can see they're one-on-one right here. Jaelan Phillips is pushing this Pro Bowl guard into the lap of the quarterback, and he gets pressure just like that. Let's go ahead and watch it from a different angle. So again, they line up Phillips as a 4 technique over the left tackle. He's going to get pressure through here, and he's one-on-one with Pro Bowl guard. Let's roll it. Look at that. So we've seen him use his speed. We've seen him use his bend. We've seen him use power. We've seen him line up on the outside, line up on the inside. He can do it all. Adding Jaelan Phillips to this top 3 Chiefs defense would be absolutely scary. You're talking about a young, explosive pass rusher who can take pressure off Chris Jones and George Karlaftis, making this defense flat out unstoppable. We already do a really good job at getting to the quarterback sending blitzes, but could you imagine us being able to get to the quarterback sending 4 consistently? If Veach is able to pull this off, the league better watch out. Drop a like if you want Phillips in Kansas City, and make sure that you subscribe for more Chiefs breakdowns every week. Thank you all for watching, and as always, have a good one.